Hello and welcome to TinkerTanks-WoT. This is a Tier 9 battle on Malinovka as an encounter battle. So both sides are going for the cap. And I'm on the American M103 heavy tank, Tier 9. And the M103 is a tank I've struggled with a bit. It's, like most American tanks of this tier, it is really more of an armor destroyer than a heavy battle tank. It has decent front slope armor, quite good turret armor. It's really designed to fight from a hold-down position at range with its powerful 120mm cannon. But on a maneuver game, like an encounter game, that's really not an option. You have to take it to the enemy, get into their teeth, and kick them out. And so the way to do that on this map from the south is to head north up the hill. And so we are. And the heavy tanks are moving en masse, and you can see some of the light tanks are going down south, making a move to cut off the western flank, and maybe make an early move on the cap circle. And our scout is still in the start zone. I have no idea what he's doing. And so we're coming up to the crest of the hill, and usually you start encountering the enemy right around the windmill. And I'm going for low ground here to try and keep myself as hull down as possible, because of course the best armor is on the front of my turret and the gun mantle. The cheeks of the turret are slightly vulnerable from the front, but really this is a fairly tough nut to crack if you are hull down. And so there's the first enemy. I'll put a shot into him for a useful 408 points of damage, and bounce the return shot. So far it's working. I have to confess I am playing a little timidly here, and firing on him, I bounced the shot, because I am leery of exposing my lower glacis and getting taken out of the game too early. And you can see we've concentrated very nicely right up at the top of the hill, and we seem to have the enemy outnumbered here, and now my teammates are starting to move forward, and I'm a little slow off the line, moving up in support. But again, I really want to keep hull down, and I want to keep from getting rushed or flanked by the enemy team, because that could be deadly for this particular style of tank. So, and get out of the Tiger's way. You really don't want to cut off your teammates when they're trying to retreat. And I've coming around, we've got a medium ahead of us, and if we can gang up on him, he's not going to last long at all. And there's another 316. That's a bit of a low roll for this tank, and the medium is dead. So now we can move up and actually get into flanking positions on those tanks on the lower ledge. But first of all, we have to take out this enemy tank and put a good hit into him. And that's a German E50, which is a pretty tough medium tank, but he's not tough enough when we're all ganging up on him like this. And I've lost sight of him, so I fire blind. But I think I hit him. So, moving up now, we've got the Jagdpanther ahead of us, and he's fairly tough from the front. And we've still got the tanks on the lower tier of this upper level of the hill, but they're getting ganged up on pretty badly, and they're both gone. And so now there's just the Jagdpanther down the hill in sight, and this is where things get interesting, because we've done quite well so far, and just look at this tidal wave of steel rolling down the hill at this poor bastard in the Jagdpanther. He has no chance at all. Everyone's focusing fire on him. We're actually getting in each other's way trying to kill this guy because there are so many of us. And again, just keep right on rolling down the hill. And this is the Steamroller part from the title of this video. Another Jagdpanther. That was a good, very good hit, 475 damage. And this is pretty much it for him. And really, this is, I don't actually think I get any kills in this game, but I'm consistently putting out damage and keeping my tank back, conserving my tank for the end by staying back in a strategic role, overseeing the other tanks and shooting at things they spot. because again, I'm a little vulnerable from any direction but the very front. This tank has really, for a heavy tank, it's just appalling side armor. So you really have to be careful not to expose your flanks to the enemy. But again, we're all just rolling down the hill and just rolling over the opposition. Now, you can see one of the enemy is in the cap circle, but you can't hide from every direction in the cap circle. And I'm maneuvering up to get into position to put fire into him and break the cap. And now we're across to the other side. I've actually somehow gotten ahead of the rest of my team. And there we are. The cap is broken with a shot into that comet, which took a third of his health. And now he's tracked and locked in position in front of my gun. And now he's dead. And again, the team just took him out. And there's T-28 on the enemy team remaining. He's rather tough, but I'm going to focus on that T-71 light tank. And there it was, half his health in one shot. The 120mm on this M103 is really a very potent gun, very decent penetration. And haven't got much of a shot at this T-28. And of course, from the front, he is his strongest armor. But I managed to sneak in a shot, and I do get a kill. So, 22 whole points of damage. He was dead anyway. So can't really feel like that was a glorious victory to take out the cripple in his last breath. But moving up, and there's no one left but that lonely T-71 light tank, and he has got to be feeling very badly used at this point. He has absolutely no chance against those two mediums. You know, he's got an autoloader, but yeah, they're just going to take him apart. And that's the end. So, that's the M103 very much in an assault role in this game. And taking the fight to the enemy, and a little more cautiously than perhaps I could. The final scorecard, I don't recall, I did a bit more than the 3,000 indicated damage. There were at least one hit on a blind shot. So it was fairly close to 4,000 damage at the end of the game, and I think I was second on team, despite having only one kill. So, that's the M103 American Tier 9 heavy tank, and that's what a steamroller looks like from the steamroller's perspective. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please like it below, and hope you all have a very nice day. We'll talk to you soon.